learn to wield the language, you'll have a view on it. Like, it's like this. This is how you would spell this word that I'm hearing. And then it's like, that's logical, but it isn't like that. It's different. It has different etymology, and you're like, but that word's just wrong. Like, that effect is like a Mandela effect. People could have but I'm sure it's like this because they've like never looked it up. They always wrote it like that, for example. It's like, but you decided like this is how you think it's spelled. And I've seen this effect with other people too. With really weird things too. Where I'm like, I don't understand why you would think it should be spelled like this. Like, that makes no logical sense to me. Like, it does not trigger the same type of like resonance, Mandela effect resonance. Like, no, I do not resonate with that aesthetic correction that you seem to have. That feels very aberrant. But this happens with a lot of people, especially active thinking people. I guess it's because being an active thinker just makes you stumble upon these types of details more often than people that are not very actively thinkers. Because you just cover more ground, more virtual ground as an active thinker. So you then stumble upon these things quicker. Are you saying aesthetic mind? Yes. The aesthetic mind is like a processing system. It's a subconscious processing system. It like catalogs everything and then transforms it, or adapts it to make it approved to your actual conscious. It's aesthetic mind is like the thing that helps you when you first experience something to catalog and categorize it based on archetypes and based on associations with the archetypes. And yeah, if there's like the real Mandela effect comes when there's just something and it's like, this is wrong, like it should have this. Let's like say what was it again? With the James Bond movie, with the big metal mouth guy and the bracers with the girl, like it would have been so logical if she had bracers. The aesthetic mind just wants to finish that story arc completion, but it's not in there. And it's like it should be there, but it's not. And it might have like actually triggered like hallucinations. That it's like your mind needed, when you made it happen in your mind, and then it didn't happen, but you made it there in your mind, and that's what you then remember. You remember your aesthetic mind's production. You remember the memory, the processed memory of it, and the processed memory is not just a clean-cut recording, it's added with purpose and context and connecting to the archetypes. And it's going to be corrected. The aesthetic mind corrects your memory to make it literally fit your memory system. It has to process it. It's the aesthetic mind does this. And sometimes when you try to process things, it's aesthetically incorrect. There's something that's just wrong about it. It's out of place and it seems completely illogical. And then your aesthetic mind just like corrects it in the memory. Like it makes it how it should be aesthetically. And then you consciously like forget. You just only remember that the aesthetic version. You don't remember that there's something out of place about it. That also disrupts the energy and stability of the whole thing as a memory. So the aesthetic memory basically fixes it up so that the memory of it is not going to be disruptive. That's the Mandela effect. I'm very certain about this. Right? And it's so powerful that it can't even be experienced like it's hallucinatory in the memory of it. Like the memory is just like, no, it is perfect in the memory. That has been corrected, and it's like hallucination level real. Like you experienced it like that. But it's the aesthetically corrected version that is in the memory. It's not the actual thing as it was, with its flaws that were disruptive. Right? Because Mandela effects are never like, I remember it having this really annoying little thing in there, but it wasn't there. And it's better now. Yeah, that's never a Mandela effect. You know why? Because the aesthetic mind wouldn't want, like, it's gone, the shitty thing is gone, good, it never existed. Screw that. You wouldn't even notice that there was an annoying thing there. You might be like, wasn't there something like annoying? Oh, never mind. You wouldn't get all hyped up about it. But you do get hyped up when there's like something that you loved in your memory, and then there's a shitty thing that suddenly shows up and you're like, oh, what is this? This shouldn't be there. What the hell? That's so disgusting. Yeah, because in your memory, it was already written out of it. And so suddenly there's this invasive change that seems to have happened, but it's only because the aesthetic memory had written that detail out in your memory of it. Aesthetic correction. And you're basically, as a Mandela enthusiast, you're fooled by the process. You didn't understand how your memory actually works, that it does correct aesthetically unpleasing details out of your memory. It does just do that. And it can like be taken very far too, because I mean it's the same kind of effect that also reinforces Stockholm syndrome. Because like if you're in a relationship and the person you're in a relationship with has like a really like spastic aggressive sides sometimes that unexpectedly pops up, but you're like in love with that person, there's a good chance that when that happens, you like after it simmers down and no more the violence stops, you've kind of like either you're completely changed and you're like you're out of here, it's over. But if you hold on, then it's like it will be suppressed and forgotten, and that's also the aesthetic mind. So you still have that good side of the relationship, but the aggression doesn't like ruin it all anymore. It becomes aesthetically removed. And then for outsiders, it will seem like this person has Stockholm syndrome. Because they seem to be just erasing all the aggression from the other person, and they're just focusing on the good side. They're like, yeah, it's being aesthetically corrected. They don't consciously remember that terrible side. And they immediately forget it when it happened. Because they can't handle it. It would destroy the good side that they're holding on to. It's kind of the same directional effect. So, Stockholm syndrome and Mandela effect are related. That's what I'm saying right here. So yeah, I guess today suddenly became very psychological. Should add that because it's really relevant. It's like the mechanism of how it works. And Mandela effect and like the aesthetic mind correcting things, it is the same root as the Stockholm syndrome. Except the Stockholm syndrome is just much more dramatic and like completely encompassing, like where your very existence becomes like evolved in the process. Your identity starts to lean on aesthetically correcting the bad thing out to retain stability, in a sense, to hold it off from letting it sink in that something is really happening. Okay. I sound like the psychologist of Carl Jung. Thank you. That's a compliment, I guess. I am very fascinated by these things, like the actual mechanisms of the mind, and I'm basing this off my own experiences too. I just feel very lucky that I have like this detailed awareness about these processes that does not like completely disrupt my system. Because when I was much younger, like a young teenager, I was already trying these kinds of things, but by trying to look at it, trying to look at the patterns of it, it would actually like disrupt me. It was very frustrating. So I would try to understand something, get a glimpse, but then I'd like get diffused. It's like, it wouldn't work. Now I can literally do it like continuously. I can like very carefully compartmentalize the energies inside as I'm trying to do this process, so that it all stays in balance and it doesn't like lead to some kind of disruption. But that's taken like a lifetime of training to do that. Basically continually doing such things. Yeah. Right. Hope everybody finds it interesting. I want more coffee. Hey, it stopped raining. That's pleasant. Right, and it's kind of interesting because like the criminal tolerance ideology, hypocrisy, in a way you could say that a Mandela effect is also basically a part of that. Or Stockholm syndrome, because it is kind of like Stockholm syndrome. It feels like that for a lot of people. People that are doing these things are like caught up in this insane logically self-destructive Stockholm syndrome mentally. They keep overlooking, they keep idealizing the view and just not taking it logically for what it really is, like something really dark. They just keep saying like, no, it's not really dark and disgusting and evil, and it's like an extreme Stockholm syndrome And it is like their form of aesthetic mind is just like in full control over everything they do, and technically their form of corrected reality. And anything that does not fit in their reality will be filtered out to not even exist. They won't have any memory of it. Anyway. I should call it Mandela correction effects. Because that is what it is. It is like a Mandela correction. Mandela effect correction. Yes. Now it is complete. Right, so title is now Flat Earth Early Bird 2398. The criminal tolerance ideology hypocrisy needs to end. Mandela effect correction of the mind. Pay attention or get it wrong. Is the Mandela effect related to Stockholm syndrome? These are all very psychologically relevant subjects. Like, this is relevant to the mental health situations in the world. A lot of people, I think, like, and tons, millions, if not like hundreds of millions, or maybe even 1 billion people are influenced by these mental spiritual systems. There are cultures that are incorporating these effects. And it's a big problem. It's not making anything better, it's ruining the world. People need to get real. Stop your internal spiritual dependency on the Mandela correction effects. The aesthetic mind continually like protecting your consciousness from actual reality. You need to stop giving into that. You need to get real. That saying very much applies. Snap out of it, basically. Your autopilot dependency is contributing to the destruction of the world. You need to stop. You need to snap out of it. I did not expect to have such a big title when I was starting today's show. Hope everybody here appreciates it. Don't forget to Rogan's it up if you are. I'm gonna remove the exclamation mark. It's not necessary. Yeah, so any feedback would be great. Maybe you disagree. You really think we are in another dimension? Well, maybe that dimension you think you're from doesn't actually exist. It's actually your internal world corrected by your aesthetic mind. So that other world you think you came from actually was fabricated by your own mind as a corrected version of your experienced reality. It only happened in your mind after the fact. It's like, that's how it was. That for the first time was just incredible to me. And when I, like, later in the evening after that, or the next day or something, I talked to my brother about it, who was like a Star Wars fan back then, a lot. Almost fanboy, not super nerd, but he was like into it. I talked to my brother about it, who was like a Star Wars fan back then, a lot. Almost fanboy, not super nerd, but he was like into it. I talked about it, and I literally said like the Darth Vader thing, like, like, Luke, I am your father. I said that, like, how special I thought it was, and he immediately corrected me on it. Like, no, that's not what he said. Like, what? I wasn't even like super conscious about that. I experienced like that Mandela effect like immediately. Immediately my mind had corrected it to, Luke, I am your father. It never said that. But that's how my corrected mind put it together freshly, as I was still buzzing with it after having basically just watched it. The corrected version was already there, and as I was trying to explain to my brother, I tapped into that corrected version, all fresh, and he immediately like, well, you got it wrong, that's not what he said. And I was like, what? And it didn't even have a name back then, Mandela effect. That was like in 97. What a crazy year that was. Jesus. I think like not too long after that, I have that moment where I watched that movie for the first time. I had like the crazy vision thing happen. It was very close to it. But yeah, Mandela effect, like I've personally experienced that way back. It didn't even have a name yet. And it's like immediately. My mind had corrected it just the first run immediately. And I had it wrong immediately. Like that really like snapped me out of it in a way. Like it made me like, what? How could I remember it like this? That's crazy. Right. Anyway, I hope everybody's out there is having a nice Tuesday. Weather seems to be kind of clearing up. There's a bit of sun coming out. That's nice. But I mean, it's not cleared up just yet. But it might be. It might be clearing up. Nice bit of sun. Looks like Israel's gonna go for that last bit of Gaza now. Also, that's about to happen. More carnage. Probably. Pretty sure that nobody's looking forward to that. Ugh. Anyway, I hope everybody appreciates the show. First hour went better than I thought it would. I'm happily surprised. Alright, if you're liking it, don't forget to Rogan's it up. And I don't know, maybe support me. I'm bringing you all these very detailed, well thought out ideas and systems that you could really use to help get more grip over your own life. Over what you do. And so instead of like things just happening to you, if you like pay attention, you could actually start having more control over yourself by listening to what I have to say. when I'm talking about psychological and spiritual subjects. The end goal, after all, is for you to become more conscious, to get a better grip. And in that process, logically choose to get closer to God, to the truth, to what is real, and stay stable. Because you can do better things that way. Be more thankful with what you got. And instead of just seeing all this supposed terrible things, to see them as a challenge, psychological or action-wise, instead of just like a curse that's happening to you. Because in a big way, it is a matter of perspective. And your emotional state will also be very influential as to how you are going to have that perspective. I know everything about that. My emotions color my perspective a lot. But I'm also consciously aware of that. And so I let that happen, but I do not let it mislead me on the bigger picture of how reality operates outside of my contemporary or psychologically colored or spiritually colored view, emotionally colored view, I should say. Like, I know the emotions are going to influence it, and I'm going to accommodate and account for that. Do my best to do that. It's very difficult, actually. To see things differently, but still know how they are in reality, despite your emotions coloring your view. That's very, very difficult. Trust me on that. But I am becoming more and more capable of that as time progresses. Anyway. Yeah. Right. Hope everybody's having a great day. I'm just standing outside there smoking. There's like two people like having intense discussions about something. There's a lot of like clout in the air. It's maybe again that the Shani Dasha thing that was brought up earlier. Yeah. Ooh, 25 watching. Well, more than yesterday. That's something. Let's get rewarded for starting very late. Like that. Kind of weird. Let me check my PayPal. I haven't done that in a while. In a while? Nah, it's been just a couple of days. I'm good. Oh God. Yeah, yesterday at the Alex Jones show, Alex had like this mega nerd on. Oh, we're so reliable. I mean, that was like such a freaking plant, man. It's like a bunch of UFO tech talk and all that. I mean, it's like, ugh. Just like these look, they're so reliable, and they're like total spin doctors. Like, seriously, people actually fall for that shit. Like a guy that's like, oh, bend space-time, gravitational waves, bending space-time technology, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, does anybody actually believe this bullshit? Macro quantum tunneling, really? Lyrical gangster? Okay, dirty ketchup. Right. So yeah, I mean, it's interesting how like all three parts of the title all basically connect up. So I could have also called the show like how the Mandela effect relates to the woke ideology. It's like kind of catch-all to say woke ideology. I specifically didn't use that, instead just say criminal tolerance ideology, because that's the part that is the problem. Like that is like the egregious problem that's just staring everybody in the face. And it needs to end. Everybody agrees. Except people that are part of the criminal tolerance ideology. They are just crazy people. Aesthetic perception must be part of the collective unconscious. Yeah. Well, you accept a certain view, and then it becomes like adopted by the aesthetic sense as the blueprint on how to perceive things. You condition yourself to say like, this is bad, that's good, this is bad, and just like it's like a reprogramming thing. You get habituated into it, and then it becomes part of their aesthetic perception. And because that program is very systemic, they all resonate because they're like having the same program, so they just understand things the same way, even though it's incorrect and overlooks things. It doesn't make any damn sense, really. But yeah, doctor, that is, you could say that aesthetic perception part of the collective unconscious. That's one way to say it. Could also call it like intermittent mind-altering systems. Or information filter. It's also a relevant word to that. Beauty is universally observed, ugliness universally observed. Yeah, but they're based on certain patterns though. And there's different types of tracks for it. Different filter systems that you can adapt to. And they can be extremely contradicting. Like, it's not like one is better than the other necessarily. Although pragmatically some would be considered better than others. Like you could say like the typical Christian filter is overall better. For example, like the highly, like the satanic view, the cultural Satanism view, which like puts everything in opposition, like that one is not pragmatically very good. It's very destructive. Even though like the Christian view, not everything about it is perfect. Definitely not. But effectively, it's going to be less destructive, more sustainable. Right. Anyway, yeah, I appreciate you here, Cleary. You've been decent to have around in the Rumble chat. I like how you do actually tap into the substance that I bring onto the table with my shows. I do appreciate that you actually do that, as I appreciate gaining wisdom. Also, he does that, especially like when he comes on in the Discord. He doesn't seem to be there right now. Interaction with aesthetic archetypes? Access to the self-conscious? No, not necessarily. No, it's just it's a filter. And the way it filters things, it's like the information you get becomes organized using the archetypes. Using archetypal systems that assist you in creating a more holistic memory of the thing that fits better on the long run. That doesn't mean you have access to it. You could just realize it's happening or not. I have yet. Yeah, I've not read anything Dirty Ketchup. I don't know why you keep bringing that up, though. Like, is it relevant in any way? Is there some kind of reference you would like to share? Because, I mean, I don't have time to read books. I can barely read, like, Rudolf Steiner's book that I set out to actually read. But if there is some relevant content that you would like to share, you can absolutely do that, Dirty Ketchup. Look, aesthetic archetypes, let's just say a person falls into a typical aesthetic archetype. Interacting with it doesn't give you access to your subconscious, but what it does do is it draws out the associated feelings and memories that you might have. So if somebody is a certain archetype, you will then anticipate the interactions with that archetype to have a response similar to other people that also are like that. That's how you will build the understanding and the memory of that person. It will be based on the archetype in the first instance. He likes consensus perception condition. What? Okay. No time. Hey, don't talk to me like that, dude. I do not appreciate that. Don't frickin' shame me for not reading Cleary's book. Thank you. I don't like to be told what to read. Yeah, if there's something about it that you want to share, share it then. Don't just say, read it. No, tell me about it then. Or what, are you like legally prohibited to actually share the details? Like, what's going on here? Right? I mean, why do you keep bringing it up when you don't share any details about it? If it is so enticing, if it is so relevant, then why don't you just share some of the details about it? Or like give me an analysis about it or anything other than, oh, it's so great. Oh, have you read it yet? Because no, that's not giving me any hint. You're not even telling me why it's so great. What about it? So there is, the light just went on in the background, and sun is coming out simultaneously over here. Right, okay, so yeah, we'll see if there's gonna be some actual follow-up to what I just said or asked. Just more ignoring. Alright, and I'm gonna take a 2-minute break and I'll be right back. Don't forget to Rogan's it up if you're liking the show. Alright, nothing. No follow-up. Okay. Okay, I think I'm gonna round out the show, because I think I rolled out the subject in its completion. Not getting a ton of interaction about it. So yeah, I could just sit here some more and maybe roll another smoke. Maybe I'll just do that. I mean, why not? I'm still very happy with the show, though. I mean, it's good to roll out these kinds of subjects. It is all very relevant. These mechanisms in our minds, like, they are being exploited. They have been accommodated for in mind control schemes. They really have. You could even state that, like, ballers and outer space and alien fanatics that are really into astrophysics and all that, that their aesthetic mind also for them corrects the information to fit their worldview, and that they will completely ignore like flat earth things and just like, oh, they're wrong, they're shading, oh, they got some detail incorrect, so that means it's all wrong what they said. So you'll always find something that a flat earther is going to be like technically incorrect about by mistake in the moment. Right? Everybody makes mistakes like that. So they have an aesthetic correction of reality based on their ball worldview. It's all very relevant. The aesthetic mind is very relevant. It's relevant in all forms of ideology, because it is like the idealizer of your worldview, literally. So ideology has to do with worldview. The aesthetic mind has everything to do with worldview. They're directly connected. The aesthetic mind is the thing that applies the filter based on the setting, and the setting is going to be ideological. Like all ideologies apply the aesthetic mind. So I guess adding that, still worth it. Alright, so yeah. It's kind of a slow end for the show, but I didn't expect there for anything to happen on the show, so still very happy with everything, the way it rolled out. Right. Right. Nobody's getting in the Discord. Alright, I'm rounding out the show. So thanks everyone for coming. I hope you liked this show. If you did, then please don't forget to Rogan's it up. And if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble and be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. Was not today though, but yeah, I will try to be more on time tomorrow, although I might be late because I intend to get up a bit earlier and go somewhere, right? Now I'm lost. What was I? Where was I? Right. Anyhow, don't forget to Rogan's it up, and if you haven't already, follow me here on Rumble. Be here when I'm going live, which is normally 2 p.m. Amsterdam time every day. And please also do me through PayPal, Patreon, Gifts and Go. Links are in the description box below, or send me super chat over to Rumble live chat when the show is live, or subscribe to my channel. Support me that way. Any support would be greatly appreciated. Can really use it. It's gonna go in the tough weeks of the month. Right. So yeah, please support your local arwijin. Because I'd love to have like good shows every day. And I'm really aiming for that. And if things work out like with the food bank, I might simply continue doing the shows. Because I might be more capable of doing so, because the food situation would not be as egregious every month. Right, anyhow, I will be back tomorrow with Flat Earth Early Bird number 2399. Almost at 2400. Wait, is episode 2400 is going to be on 9/11? Huh. Alright. Anyhow, hope to see you all tomorrow on a Wednesday. Everybody have a great rest of this day, and if it's a bit frictional type day, just make sure you don't do anything based on negative emotions. Don't make any decisions based on that. Just let it pass through, and better times will be back, I'm sure. Tomorrow's going to be a more beautiful day. It's like even getting a bit better right now. Just a little bit. It's looking a bit better. Some blue sky. Not all of it though. There's some sun and some blue sky. And hopefully it'll get even more and it'll clear up. Maybe it's going to be like a really clear evening. That would be nice. Right. So, hope to see you all again tomorrow. Have a great day, and until the next video, keep it flat.